3 reasons why the UK property market is attractive right now. There's a bubble, it's bubbling away, and as we've said previously, it's all about buying low and selling high. But the purpose of this episode, why is the UK property market attractive right now, is that we need to go out of the box and we need to put ourselves into the shoes of other people that might not be UK citizens. So we have to put things into perspective. So these 3 reasons have come about because of fundamentals, and speaking to a lot of investors and a lot of people in the property sphere over time. Number 1, the UK property market is attractive right now because, depending on what currency you're looking at, it's actually quite cheap. Why is it quite cheap, I hear you ask? That's a good question. The UK property market might be quite cheap at the moment because how the UK has reacted to macroeconomic and global events over the last couple of years, and the relative strength of the US dollar in 2022. The fact that the UK government has conducted quantitative easing, QE, as well as printing out a big bunch of currency for people to try and survive on in order to jumpstart and pump the economy. What that's done, that's created a lot of extra pounds in our system. I say government, obviously the Bank of England have dealt with that, but they're pretty much entwined nowadays. From there, that's meant that there's a lot more currency chasing fewer goods and services, prices increase. However, if you're sat there in a different country and you see that the value of the pound is going down, that then makes it more attractive to invest. So whilst for UK citizens in the UK, things are getting much more, are they getting expensive, or is it the fact that the pound is going down in value? I mean, it's both. Depends on what side of the fence you want to sit on. But certainly from a foreign point of view, the UK market's quite attractive at the moment, which means that our stocks are relatively attractive. It means that, bonds might be relatively attractive. It means that property is attractive as well. So because of exchange rates, because of everything that's gone in the years before us and the way that our government's reacted to things, a weaker pound, inflation also, these 2 factors make the UK property market much more attractive to FDI, foreign direct investment. This is why you're going to get your relatively wealthy foreign families that are buying up large amounts of UK property at the moment. So that's reason number 1. We're relatively cheap due to the nature of the pound at the moment. Number 2, property rights. So another reason why the UK property market is attractive and will continue to be attractive, I imagine, moving forwards, are property rights. Now, this is in comparison to other countries. We're very lucky to have a thing called land registry, which means that, within effect, nowadays, once you have purchased a piece of land or a house or whatever it might be, that is registered with land registry. And once you've got those documents, that is pretty much as good as gold as saying, this is my land, this is what I own, this has now been registered, up yours. That's good because then that will save, let's just say you pass away, or there are inheritance issues, or you're looking to transfer that land or deal with it in some capacity. It means because of our legal system, and I know a lot of us get frustrated with our legal system, but because of that very same legal system, it's pretty obvious who owns that land, who owns that property, who has the rights to that land and to that property. And that is a big bonus. Because we've got that land registry, we've got that added layer of security. And these are things that other countries might not necessarily have. So when the eyes of the world are focusing on the UK and they're focusing on the UK property market, having property rights are quite attractive. Having that land registry is very attractive. Now, of course, the state can take away as and when they please, but that leads us into point number 3, which is another reason the UK property market is quite attractive. And again, I'd like to think this is going to be the case for a fair number of years moving forwards, is that we are relatively politically stable. Now, that might seem a bit of an odd statement to make, because for those that have been in tune with politics over the years here, it's been, well, I mean, to be fair, all politicians are shit shows at the best of times, but certainly under the recent or the current Tory government, it's been even more of a shit show than normal. But all of that being said, the idea of a massive coup d'etat taking place, or some things like that, very, very rare that's going to happen in this country. I'm not going to sit here and say that's impossible, because nothing is impossible. But in comparison to other countries, in comparison to how we work for a democracy, and I'll use my air quotes on that, we are relatively politically stable. With the odds of a junta coming in and taking over and us being under, martial law or things like that, again, the odds of that happening in the UK, very, very small. This is what makes us an attractive market to invest in, and it's also what makes the UK property market quite attractive right now. If you're sat listening to this in China or even the United States of America, or insert other foreign country here, you might look at the way that our politics works, and yes, it's a bit crazy. Yes, nothing is perfect, but in comparison to your own country, we might be absolutely fantastic. Why? Because we've got that relativity. We are politically stable regardless of what else is going on. We're much better than a lot of other countries around the world. I'm not saying our system's perfect. It's far from perfect. But again, the purpose of this episode is we're trying to put the shoe on the other foot. We're trying to get ourselves into other people's shoes and to go into their thought processes. And this is another step to doing that. So let's summarise 3 reasons why the UK property market is attractive right now. Number 1, we're relatively cheap at the moment for foreign investors. The reason for that is currency devaluation and inflation due to a weaker pound, due to quantitative easing and other things. This makes the UK more attractive to foreign direct investment, thus increasing the attractiveness of said property market. Number 2, property rights. Because of the land registry that we have here and how things are sorted and the laws that we have in place, bear in mind our law system's been around over 1,000 years. Common law has certainly been around for a very, very long time. Not many other countries globally can match that, if any at all. So that system's around. Again, that gives us defined property rights. This land is yours. This property is yours. It's at the land registry. Once that's written down, it's very difficult to reverse that. So that works in our favour. And number 3, relatively politically stable. Again, this is in comparison to other countries. I'm not saying our government's perfect. It's far from it. They're a bunch of crooks anyway. But when we're comparing ourselves to other countries, we're not doing too badly at all. It's very unlikely we're going to have a coup d'etat. Very unlikely we're going to have a junta come in or be under martial law anytime soon. And again, it's this aspect of stability that makes the UK property market quite attractive at the moment. I would say points number 2 and 3, they are 2 points that are going to make the market quite attractive for the very, very long run. Point number 1 with the valuations and inflation and interest rates and so forth, there's a time and a place for that, but at the moment this does play into the hands of foreign direct investment. So there's 3 reasons why the UK property market is attractive right now. As always, please do share this audio, please do share this podcast, spread the word. The more people that can listen to this, the better, and that's where we rely on you in order to share the word, use your social medias, share this episode with others. Thank you very much. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.